Mr.A. Breakdown and Prediction, Volume 5. Anthony Mundine versus Tommy Browne will begin shortly. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Please show support. Help the channel grow. Help the show get noticed. Thumbs up. Let's get into it. This January 17th, Anthony Mundine will be taking on Tommy Browne for the vacant WBO Oriental Middleweight title. Now, what was making this fight a little more attention-grabbing was the noise of the maybes, the call-outs from Anthony Mundine on he wanted to fight Jeff Horn. Now, I agree with that. I want to see that fight. I really did. I would love to see that young Australian young buck taking on an Australian legend. I think it's the perfect fight to happen before the Crawford fight. But with Bob Arum's connections to the WBO, I do not believe that fight will take place. I know the WBO will strip Horn if he does not fight Crawford next. Now, that's a bummer. And I know the noise, or not the noise, the reports are out there that Horn has agreed to fight Crawford. He agreed to the terms. And that doesn't mean the fight is a done deal. It just means he's happy. His side is happy. No contract is out there. Nothing is signed. Crawford's team has not said they are happy with the terms. So let's just hold on. That fight is not happening yet. It's mandated by the WBC, but it's not happening yet. So hold on. Still a possibility some way, somehow. Maybe it's boxing. You know, weird things happen. This fight between Mundine and Horn can happen, but will Crawford take that step aside money? I seriously doubt it, but who knows. Now, as far as Mundine, he's going for this WBO Oriental Middleweight title. It will get him in the noise. And who is the WBO middleweight champion? Saddam Ali. Saddam Ali. Will this somehow get Anthony Mundine a title shot, or Tommy Browne? Hey, let's not count the chickens before they hatch. You know. So whoever wins this can really make a push. You know, Mundine being 40. 42, I believe. You're 42 years old. He's gonna have to make a hard push for a Saddam Ali fight. He could say, "Hey, come to Australia. I can get you paid." Because if one, the crowd will be there to support Mundine. So just like the crowd was there to support Horn, they would. Well, actually, both these fighters, Tommy Browne, Anthony Mundine. The crowd in Australia will show up just like they showed up for Horn. Will they show up more for Anthony Mundine? I think they will, but I believe they will still show up for Tommy Browne if Saddam Ali goes to Australia. They want to see their countryman become a champion. Like I said, Saddam Ali could make more money with the larger attendance in Australia, and plus the purse for a champion traveling to the challenger's country gets him a bigger slice of the purse. So this, that's just a little boxing talk before we break it down. Saddam Ali, you do get a voluntary defense. You do get one voluntary defense. Why not take on an old 42-year-old or a relatively unknown Tommy Browne? Get a nice paycheck, go to Australia. As far as these two competitors, Tommy Browne, Anthony Mundine, should be a very interesting fight. You have a crafty veteran in Mundine who has a nice 1-2, some crafty tricks. You know, he knows how to rub the forearm across the face, under the chin. You know, knows how to headlock you. All those little things that get in your head. You know, psychologically beat you, so it makes the fight easier for him. But Tommy Browne coming back, you know, I believe he took maybe a year and a half or a little longer due to his death of his brother, who was supposed to fight Mundine. If I'm correct, that was the fight his brother was going into when he died. Now he has, if he chooses that, you know, maybe that might be a little more motivation for him to come into this fight, a little more motivation in his training camp. Will it be too much of a focus to derail him a little bit? It's a possibility. Then again, it could be the force that makes him a better fighter. So you have the craftiness and the 1-2s of Mundine, the dirty, borderline veteran tricks of the crafty veteran against Tommy Browne, who has a nice jab, a good left hook to the body, you know, decent. He's a nice domestic fighter. You know, nothing special about him, just nice and domestic level fighter. Now the breakdown between these guys: Tommy Browne coming in at the age of 34. What does he have left? Whatever he has left is going to be probably these next 3 years. Tommy Browne, 35-6 with 2 draws. He has 13 KOs, two losses by defeat on knockout. So a 30% KO ratio. So he's not the biggest puncher. So that lets you know he better be active. You know, don't sell the old man out, think he can't hurt you. Because if you take relaxed gap with a 30% knockout ratio, where Anthony Mundine has a 49% knockout ratio, the young 34-year-old against the 42-year-old can get knocked out. So Tommy Browne, 35-6, 2 draws, 2 losses by way of KO, and his victories are 13 KOs himself. 281 rounds. 34 years old, 5'11", with a 75-inch reach. That right there might be the golden ticket. 75-inch reach to the 70-inch reach of Anthony Mundine. 5'11", both same height, 42 years old, 34 years old. So you got 2 golden tickets. And these attributes usually go a long way in boxing. Age and the reach. And now, people might say experience. Sometimes the age comes with experience, and the experience can sometimes over trump younger attributes. If that is the case, Tommy Browne has 281 rounds. Anthony Mundine, 457 rounds of experience. So if there's ever going to be a case where experience would trump some younger attributes, this is the fight. This is the fight, just like a B-Hop, you know, did until he ran into the Crusher, which was a little different, but is a fighter, but power, couldn't do it. And then Joe Smith. But you saw he was still able to survive. He had some veteran old experience, and this is the same case. Can Anthony Mundine pull out those veteran crafty, you know, those slippery, you know, slip in the cracks and pull out those veteran tricks? 457 rounds of boxing, 457 rounds of getting hit in the face, hit in the body, being tested, knowing how to shave off 10 seconds when you're hurt, know how to use the ring, know how to hold, know how to bend the elbow when the ref ain't looking, know when to hit on the belt line when the ref ain't looking. You know, crafty tricks that Anthony Mundine does. These people might say they're dirty, and some on the same coin flip, people might say they're just crafty veteran tricks. And, you know, if the ref don't see them, they're not dirty. Now, that being said, they're both orthodox. 75-inch reach versus 70. That is going to be big. That is going to be big, and that's going to take us straight into the offense. Anthony Mundine, you got to remember, we got to judge him on what he is now, not on Anthony Mundine up here. Because up here, he beats Tommy Browne. But in the ring now at 42, he's not the same Anthony Mundine that we have up here. He's a little slower. I don't think the gas tank is the same. His punch volume, output per round ain't the same. So just like in B-Hop or any older fighter, they got to manage their gas tank, know when to spurt, know how to conserve rounds, which round to take off, which seconds to take off. So when it comes to offense, I'm noticing Mundine, especially in the Danny Green fight. Hadley, he fought a little bit, but Danny Green, he was waiting. He has a jab, and he wants to crack that right hand. He wants to do that overhand right. Now, can he afford to wait? I don't know. I really don't know. So he has a nice jab, the overhand right, a decent body attack. If he can get in, he knows how to get in. He uses the ring well, but at the age of 42, how long can he gas himself or not gas himself using the ring? Now, where Tommy Browne is, that 75-inch reach, he's going to have a 5-inch reach. He has a decent jab with that. He has a nice, decent jab. His right is solid. His 1-2 is solid. But what I do like about Tommy Browne is the 1-2 into the left body hook. I like his body hook. He really gets torque, and that reach, he's able to get behind his opponent's defended elbow. So that is good. Now, the bad thing about his offense, which leads into the defense, I'm going to lean towards the offense of Anthony Mundine. I believe he has. It's tough though, because I think he has more power, but he won't generate as much of an output, I believe, as Tommy Browne because of the gas tank, the age. I don't think he can afford to fight at a speed to really trouble Tommy Browne. I think unless he just comes out and just shotguns him in 4 rounds or less, I think Anthony Mundine would kind of slow down. So power I would give to Mundine. Jab, the stronger jab, I'd probably give to Mundine. The more effective jab, Tommy Browne is like a flickering jab. Mundine is a boom in your face jab. To me, body work, I give Tommy Browne. I like Tommy Browne's body work. Mundine seems to kind of smother his work now, but it's decent. But he's 1-2 and he looks for that right too much for me at this stage in his career. Now, I don't know if that was just an emotional fight with Danny Green that triggered that, but it took him off a little bit. Now, defensively, I'm still going to lean with the offense of Mundine. I'm going to lean with it, maybe because it's the experience, but I like how he puts his punches and his attack better. He just waits a little too long. I'm still going to go with it. I think he has a more effective game plan with his offense. Now, defensively, when we go back to Tommy, that jab, he brings it back. He jabs, but he brings it low. Jab brings that hand low. Brings it low. And Mundine likes that overhand right. So that left hand comes down low, right hand right over it. Big flaw. So that's Tommy Browne does not bring that left hand back high. He brings it back a little slow. He he's not a lateral movement. He's just a back and forth fighter. Kind of side to side movement, and you do giving you shoulders. A little lean forward. He gives his height a little way because he leans forward kind of a little bit, and then he leans forward with the jab and brings it low. So I don't like that. I think it's very vulnerable. But Anthony Mundine, I don't know if the fact that he waits so long with his offense, you can catch him in a dead pause. He pauses a lot trying to look for that shot. So you can hit him right there. He pauses a lot in his rhythm. So that's the thing, because I do believe he has good lateral movement. He's good at catching punches, good at slipping. His reflexes are a little down, but I'm still going to lean with the defense of Anthony Mundine. He knows how to clinch at the right times, smother his opponent's work. So I'm leaning with Anthony Mundine on this one. Now the feet work, like I said, they're both right in front of you fighters. Anthony Mundine, I believe, can box on the move better than Tommy Browne due to he has better feet work. He gets better. To me, he gets more power from his legs. While Tommy Browne he's right in front of you. Like I said, he's not bad. He's he's average. His footwork, he doesn't drag his feet on his two. His foot isn't dragging. His feet gives him in a proper position, for his next punch. Some fighters, they throw 1-2 punches and they can't throw the third because they just don't have the balance. Tommy Browne could give you a 3-piece, and because his feet are set up for the next punch. So I'm gonna give them. They both got good feet, but I would give. Even at this age, I think they could both turn you. But I think lateral movement for defensive purposes, I think Anthony Mundine can use lateral movement and back foot box better than Tommy Browne. So I'm going to leave a clean sweep, not by much, but just barely, to Anthony Mundine. A clean sweep. He barely gets a check mark over Tommy Browne on everyone, just barely. Now, how can, given all those check marks to Anthony Mundine, how can Tommy Browne win this fight? First off and foremost, bring that left hand back high. So when he's jabbing with that 75-inch reach, 5 inches more than Anthony Mundine, just jab him. Jab him, jab him, jab him, turn him, jab him, and bring it back high. Bring it back high. Don't stay in the center of the ring. Jab, double jab, triple jabs. Be a jabbing machine. Stay off the ropes. And inside, either tie him up or beat the old man's body and see what he can do. So use that left hook, and if you have to, smother. Don't let him get off. Now, as for Anthony Mundine, how can he get victorious and become the new WBO Oriental Middleweight Champion? He's going to have to feint. He's going to have to do a lot of feints, get Tommy Browne to throw that jab that he brings low and come with the right. Knock over the door, Knock, knock, boom, So if he can feint his way in and cause feint, set some feints to get Tommy Browne to throw that jab, and so Mundine could counter over it with his power right, that could definitely win it for him. And stay off the ropes. He can't afford to let the 5-inch reach of Browne trap him against the ropes. Even though Tommy Browne has the 5-inch reach, if Mundine could get Tommy Browne against the ropes, it kind of neglects that reach advantage. So Mundine while Anthony needs to, while Browne needs to take the fight to the center of the ring and use his reach, Mundine needs to feint his way in and push Browne to the ropes so he can kind of neglect the reach and keep Tommy Browne squared up and give him a target to hit. Now, that being said, this is a real tough fight for me, a real tough fight, because 5 inches is a lot when it comes to that jab. He has faster hands. I don't know if he has faster hands than Anthony, but he has fast speed hands. Now, what scares me is he brings that left hand back low, and Anthony Mundine could crack right over that. You saw him hit Danny Green with it a few times. Now, is he going to wait too long on that? That's what we're thinking. Is he going to wait too long and get picked apart? Can Tommy Browne's going to have to fight at a faster pace. He can't allow Mundine to dictate the pace of this fight. He can't get, mentally bothered by a rough house tactic fight. I believe Anthony Mundine will try and rough it up. Anthony Mundine can't afford to try and make this a boxing match when he's out jabbed by 5 inches. So I'm going to go with Tommy Browne to beat Anthony Mundine by keeping it in the center of the ring and using that jab, that 5-inch reach. The 1-2 hook to the body of the 42 test Anthony Mundine's stamina. Hit him to the body. But it's, oh man, I fear for that overhand right on that low left. But I'm going to stick with Tommy Browne pulling this off. Tommy Browne with a split decision victory over Anthony Mundine with that fight. This is a tough one for him. I'm not 100% satisfied. This is a tough coin flip fight for me. But I'm going to lean with that 5-inch reach and the more energetic output by Tommy Browne. If Tommy Browne fights a slow fight, Anthony Mundine will be able to neglect that 5-inch reach, I believe. If the fight is at Anthony Mundine's pace, Anthony Mundine will get inside that reach. But if Tommy Browne is dictating a fast pace and that 5-inch reach, I think he wins this on a split decision. This is thumbs up again. Please support the show. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you. If you are a new viewer, hope you become a new subscriber. Support the show. This is the Double RT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr. A. Thank you. Please enjoy the next show.